Hi, I'm Steve with Make Your Own Gold Bars.
And I'm Chris with the Prospecting and Mining Journal magazine. And I've got some alluvial gold here that I've collected over a couple of years. And we're gonna basically smelt this down with some flux, and I'm gonna make my own gold bar.
That's right. Okay. Now, as I tell people on the telephone when I'm trying to explain to them, when you have real clean gold like this, that your flux mix needs to be 1-to-1 by volume. And some people get that mixed up by weight, but it's by volume. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in here. And you can see it's about a little over a ½ inch full. I'm going to pour that in here. Put that aside. And we've got this, we did one the other day, and we're going to add that in there too. So now I need to add that much flux. And this is Chapman flux. It's soda ash, manganese, and hydrogenous borax and silica sand. Okay, so here we've got the flux. And then to make sure it pours like water, we want about 10% thinner. And I'm just going to put that in there, and then we can take this and mix it all up. And we're going to put it into the crucible here.
There you go.
Now we have the silicon. It's already up to 2100. The trick to get all of the gold together and all of the black sands, garnets, all that other stuff out of there is you smelt it at 2100 for an hour and then pull it out and pour it, and we're going to pour it into this conical mold and make Chris a beautiful gold button. Now let me get my gloves.
Okay, get your gloves. Gotta use the proper safety equipment when you're using a hot kiln like that. Gotta be safe.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is
Bright red hot.
yeah.
And Steve, that's a silicon carbide crucible?
Yes, silicon carbide crucible is the best.
And what size was that?
That was a number 1.
Number 1?
If you were to fill it to the top, it'd be 50 ounces of gold. What I consider is like a teacup, and a number 2 is like a large coffee cup. So now we wait for it to do its thing. It'll come up to temperature,
That'll take a little time.
and then it will smelt for an hour, and then we'll be back to pour the button.
Sounds good.
Okay, we're back. It's done smelting now. We're ready to make the pour. We're going to pour it into a conical mold. The gold will drop to the bottom and make a button. What will be on top will be what we call the slag. The glass, you'll hear that maybe popping. We'll let that cool, drop it off, and then we'll put it into the can of water to let it cool.
Very easy and very simple.
Okay, I don't know if you can see in the video, but I'll lift it up.
It's still liquid.
It's still liquid. The gold is solid already. It's
Right.
already hard, but this is the flux that's on top. We need to let that cool before we flip it over and let it fall out.
Yeah, the flux melts much more easily than the gold does, and so the reverse happens when it's cooling off. The gold solidifies more quickly, and the flux takes a while to solidify.
Exactly. The flux is melting at about 900 degrees, between 600 and 900, and your gold is melting at about 2000.
Still a little bit.
Now, some people ask, do you need to heat up the molds? We're in Southern California. It's, for us, it's kind of cold. It's like 60 degrees today. So, I know. Now, if it's room temperature like that, 60, 70 degrees, no real reason to heat it up. If you are, where it's cold and it's 40 degrees, 30 degrees, yes, you need to heat your molds so that you don't have thermal shock, which will be, it'll go into a bunch of BBs. Okay, should be ready.
Yep.
And there we go.
There it is. And there's your.
There's our gold bar, gold button at the bottom.
Okay. Pull it out and just let it kind of.
There we go. Just comes right off. And there's the gold button.
Very pretty.
Very nice, huh?
Very nice.
All right. That's how you make a gold button.
You made your own gold bar.